Another day, another promise kept. President Trump set to sign a pair of executive orders this morning ending all cashless bail for suspects in D.C. while threatening to pull funding from no cash bail jurisdictions all across the country.
Every place in the country where you have no cash bail is a disaster. That's what started the problem in New York, and they don't change it. They don't want to change it. That's what started it in Chicago. I mean, bad politicians started it, bad leadership started it, but that was the one thing that's central, no cash bail. Somebody murders somebody and they're out on no cash bail before the day is out. We're going to end that.
U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia.
Guys, let me know which, because I didn't do my research and I'm just reacting to this video as a recording of this video. I saw this on my algorithm and I said, you know what, I decided to react to it. I didn't do no research, so I'm basically just stating my opinion, the things that I know. But guys, comment down below and let me know what you think about no cash bail. Um, if I could understand it, I'm gonna try to explain it. I guess no cash bail means like somebody if somebody commit a crime and they get arrested and then there would be somebody would just come in, I guess pay something for that person to be released, or it could be the opposite. Guys, just comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. I really don't know. I would do the research right now, but just comment down below and let me know what you think. Tell me what this cash bill, no cash bill means. And also guys, subscribe to my channel and put a like to my channel.
Jeanine Pirro joins us now. Judge, so explain to us, why is this such an important thing, and how is this EO going to actually work?
Well, first of all, the president, and I just spoke to him, he will be signing this shortly. This is when all of the problems started. If you think about what is going on in this country, it is when this movement started to reduce and eliminate cash bail that all the trouble started. So here in D.C., we've got defendants who are committing violent crimes who are being released out onto the streets. They are reoffending, and they're reoffending again. And this is where the trouble begins. The public is not safe when violent criminals repeatedly prove to us that they are not a risk that we can tolerate anymore, when they are not put in jail. And in the end, the president is recognizing, as part of his Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful, that in order...
Okay, so you mean to tell me people are committing crimes and they not getting arrested? Or if they do commit a crime, they be released from jail? Okay. I'm just trying to understand this because this is ridiculous. I think that if a person commit a crime, they should be arrested. If they commit a crime or something that's illegal, they should be arrested or not be released from jail. So I agree with I agree what Judge Jenny is saying. I agree what Trump is doing. So I don't. These Democrats
To
is
do that, we've got
ridiculous.
to
These
get the
states is
violent
ridiculous.
criminals off the street. And the president is literally transforming the safety landscape of Washington, D.C. And
Exactly.
last night, we had another 10 guns removed from the street, another 86
That's good.
arrests. We're up to 1,007 arrests, along with, I believe, 111 guns that have been removed from the street. What does that mean? They can't be used to shoot people?
And think about it. Think about it. It been what? This is 12th day, and no homicides been committed, or I guess no crime has been committed. People are walking through Washington D.C. safely to go into restaurants and stuff like that. Crime rate is down. So I don't see any problem with the national that I don't see any problem with Donald Trump sending the National Guard in Washington D.C. And I know also he says, well, Chicago is next. but I know he had a uh what you call it a s- a conference today, and he was saying that he don't know if he may send the National Guard to Chicago, or they might send the National Guard. So they don't know yet because the mayor is going against it, the governor going against it, so they don't know yet. But I guess most likely they might. So let's just see.
Killed people. And on top of all of that, we've got a government now where the people in D.C. are feeling safer. They know that there is a president who's looking to protect them. D.C. was one of the most violent cities in the world. And but for President Trump coming in and bringing in our federal partners, the mark.
Sorry guys for pausing. And it's crazy. I didn't know that Washington D.C. was the most crime rate in the United States. I know Chicago is a part of it, New York, and some other states, but I didn't know Washington D.C. That's crazy.
ATF, FBI, DEA, Capitol Police, Park Police. We've got a unified force of people and law enforcement who are going into the crime-ridden areas and making a difference. And I'll tell you why it's making a difference. Today is the 12th day without a homicide in Washington, D.C. So far this year, we've had 101 homicides. But for the last 12 days, nothing.
Yep, policing works, Judge. What
It
about
does.
these two teenagers that have been released now? They were the ones that are charged for beating up that former Doge
It was
staffer.
released?
They were trying to
That's crazy.
carjack. What's the latest there? Why aren't they behind bars?
Well, it's what I've been talking about since I got here. The truth is that as the United States Attorney, I am both a federal prosecutor and the local DA. These cases that involve those individuals who are 15 and younger, 12 and 13, who assaulted the Doge staffer and his friend who was in a car trying to avoid being pulled out of the car, the two of them that were taken to family court where the purpose is rehabilitation have been released. What a shock. And therein lies the problem. We have got to lower the age of criminal responsibility in Washington, D.C. The gangs and the crews are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. I can't touch them. Ainsley, if someone shoots someone with a gun and they're 17 years old and that person does not die, I can't prosecute them. I can't get involved with them. It goes to family court. And you've got, yoga, and you've got ice cream socials, and you've got rehabilitation, and you see it before you in a case of national interest, beating this Doge staffer to a pulp.
So you mean to tell me that if a kid that's 17 years old kills somebody, you mean to tell me they're gonna send that to family court? So family court is gonna what? Throw the case away or give him a what? They're gonna let that person walk, or they're gonna send him to jail and then release him. That's that's crazy to me. I'm glad that President Trump put uh Judge Jeanine as the U.S. attorney. She plays no game.
A severe concussion, a broken nose, bloodied to hell and back. And
Right.
what do? They let them out.
So, and we got to
That's
see if that laws are going to change, because I know you're frustrated.
That law got
but
to
who
change,
will
man. It
change
got to
them?
change. It's
How
crazy.
do they get changed?
Well, what the president is doing is the president is proving to the people in D.C. that it can be safe if these laws are enforced. And the president is moving along with all of us in Washington, all of the stakeholders, to make those individuals accountable, even though they are of a lower age group, and bring them into the criminal justice system. And let me just say that in addition to bringing them into the criminal justice system, we want to make sure that there are more judges on the bench. The president is putting more judges on the bench. He is moving D.C. It was violent. It continues to be violent, but for what the president is doing.
Yeah, let's real quick on Chicago.
We keep reports that the president's going to move the National Guard into Chicago next. He's been planning for the last 2 weeks if the reports are correct. That got to Brandon Johnson, the terrible mayor there. Listen to his statement.
The president has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to arrest 9 people in D.C. You know, clearly he's demonstrated that he doesn't have a level of consciousness to understand what it takes to run cities, not to mention an entire country. And so, you know, look, we're going to remain firm. We'll take legal action. But the people in this city are accustomed to rising up against tyranny. And if that's necessary, I believe that the people of Chicago will stand firm alongside of me as I work every single day to protect the people of this city.
You know what,
You know something? Yo, he's the worst. And he want to talk about President Trump using $100 million to arrest nine people, but Chicago is running on a deficit. Uh, he tends to raise uh taxes on people properties, right? And you want to talk about President Trump using $100 something million to arrest 9 people. What about you? You run Chicago to the ground. You the worst. I don't even know what you are. You a governor or mayor? I don't know. You the worst.
response to that is,
What?
you know what tyranny is? Tyranny is when you can't
If I can't know what you are, you the worst. And I hear a lot of people talk about you. You the worst. Okay?
walk outside and go to dinner.
Yep.
Tyranny is when they shoot you and the person walks out of jail before you get out of the hospital. Tyranny is when people are not made accountable. And they should hope that the president comes in with this unified force. And his joking only 9 arrests, I'll tell you what the good news is that this mayor can't figure out. The good news is that they're afraid to commit crimes. When you have an increased law enforcement, people in the community, especially the crime-ridden community, they're saying thank you. They're afraid to commit crimes because they know they'll be accountable. Johnson ought to hope that the president comes there to clean up the mess in Chicago.
Well, if you want to see how his policies are working,
He basically, Trump got to send. I agree with Judge Jenny is saying. You know what I'm saying? So Washington D.C. the crime rate is down. Chicago about to be next, right? He might send the National Guard in New York, and I think he's talking about Belmore, Maryland, or whatever the case may be is, right? So it works. So why not do it? But you know, these Democrats is giving a pushback against Donald Trump because they don't like Donald Trump.
look at Chicago.
And Brian said his approval rating, and one of the approval ratings was 6%.
Yeah, he's got 6% approval. Another one, the high was 26%. So the very democratic city. So keep up the great work. So the other thing, just real quick, when it comes to cracking down on crime, if you come in with National Guard and the mayor doesn't want to work with you, and it's not the jurisdiction of D.C., are they just going to be spinning their wheels? There's not going to. Where's the cooperation needed to get success in a city where they don't want them there?
You know what? At that point, I'm not so sure that you need the cooperation. What you need is the ability to arrest criminals, and the president will make sure that he has all of the mechanisms in place to do that. And as long as you have a prosecutor who is willing to take those cases, as I am, to make the strongest cases you can in front of the courts and in front of the judges, we will make a difference in the quality of life, just as President Trump promised he would do. And he's doing it.
All right, Judge. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Great
Judge.
to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, good to see you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching my reaction videos, and I'm gonna continue to upload more videos. This is my journey. I always been wanting to do this. I kind of like want to be a journalist, but let's just see how that goes. But yeah, man. So thank you guys. Subscribe to my channel and put a like to my channel. and peace.